We're singing hi neighbor, what do you know and what do you say? Hi neighbor, throw all your worries away. We're here to entertain you in the barbershop style. So throw your cares and troubles aside for a while. We're singing hi neighbor, my neighbor. Now's the time to say hi. Now's the time to say hi. Laughter and love songs, a table for two, dancing and dreaming, just me and you. I remember the days of just keeping time, of hanging around in sleepy towns. Those sleepy old back roads, those back roads, empty for miles. You can't have a dream and cut it to fit. But when I saw you, I knew we'd go together. We'd go together like a wink and a smile, a wink and a smile. Now leave your old jalopy by the railroad track. We'll get a hit, double dip, tick-toppy to see Cadillac, rev up, and don't go too slow. It's only green lights and all right, let's go together. Here we go with a wink and a smile, a wink and a smile. And now my heart is music, such a simple song. Sing it again, the notes never end. This is where I belong. The sound of your voice, the light in your eyes. We're so far away from yesterday. You and me together with a wink and a smile, a wink and a smile. We and a smile. We go together like a wink and a smile. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. This is the New Harmony Handful, and we do come from all across the metro area. And we were here once before, and I'm just really surprised that it's so warm outside today, because I'm sure when we were leaving last time, I think I heard someone say, boy, we got a cold day before we have those guys. Maybe not. I don't know if you know, but one of the fellows sitting in your midst used to be a prominent member and even did some soft shoe when he was a member of the Heart of America chorus many years ago. And we're delighted to see Mark Blakeman. You had directed some songs, didn't you, during your tenure?
Time or two.
Very, very talented musician. I hope when I get to be your age, well, I think I've already passed it. Delighted to see you, Mark. The handful was formed, one of the prime missions when the handful was formed almost growing up on 20 years?
About 18.
Yeah, 18.
18 years. I remember things so well. But we said we'll sing in the summer for the choirs when they're on vacation. So we got to sing for a whole lot of churches, and that was at that time our primary mission. Later on, we added singing for retirement homes, and particularly nursing homes and care homes, where you walk in and people were not nearly as responsive as you are, so it's really nice to have our audience that claps. we do a whole lot of that, and then we go out and talk to the people when we're through, and that exchange is just marvelous. It does us as much good as it does them. So those are the kinds of things we do a whole lot of. But this next song, if you were at one of our church services, you might hear this. And we're going to feature one of our members. Carlos Ramirez is going to sing a solo on Nearer My God to Thee.
Did you say nearer, Mike?
I did that, yes. You gotta stay on your toes. Yeah, I'm sorry. I won't do that to you again.
Nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee, e'en though it be a cross that raiseth me. Still all my song shall be nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer to thee. Though like a wanderer, the sun gone down, darkness be over me, my heart rests a stone. Yet in my dreams I'll be nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer to
It might have been a while for some of you since you've heard Barbershop. As you can tell by the way he sung that second song, some of us lose track every once in a while. But we thought it would be good to do a little demonstration. So we picked a song that was written in 1910. And I bet you've heard it. And in Barbershop, it's not true that it's 4-part harmony. It's actually 3 parts singing to a known or expected melody. And if you study back, we don't know when Barbershop harmony first began. We know it was going in the 18th century and probably before that. But a fellow would strike up a melody, and it could have been in a barbershop, and 3 other fellows, at least, found the harmony parts. So in Barbershop, the melody is sung by the fellow we call the lead. And in Barbershop, the lead, all by itself, sounds like this.
Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too.
Recognize that right away. A very simple melody, well within the average men's range. Down home, simple lyric. That's the lead. The next thing you need is the bass, putting in the solid notes on the bottom. And the bass part, all by itself, sounds like this.
Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too.
Oh, the basses, you can feel the floor shake, down to the hair on their chest, the basses. Then one of the things that gives Barbershop its characteristic flavor are the tenors. And they sing consistently above the leads. Normally an interval of about a third, but it's very much like an alto part on top. And if you're listening for harmony, you're going to hear that tenor part first, but it's right up there singing a duet generally with the leads. And the tenor part all by itself sounds like this.
Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too.
Isn't that pretty? As you can imagine, we beat the bushes for tenors. Well, then in every quartet, or every barbershop chorus, or every barbershop mini chorus, you have people that can't sing pretty enough to sing the melody. And they can't sing low enough to sing the bass. And they can't sing high enough to sing the tenor. These people are called baritone. Well, the baritone part is indescribable. They sing sometimes above the lead, sometimes below the lead. They sing the notes in the cracks, actually. You just have to hear it yourself to try to understand what we have to put up. I mean, what the baritones are like. Here's the baritone part, all like itself.
Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too.
The baritone. The baritone. However, when you put it all together, it sounds something like this.
No, it sounds exactly like this. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. My darling, keep the love light glowing in your eyes so true. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you.
I know you want to sing with us. Go ahead.
Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you.
Let me hear you whisper.
Let me hear you whisper that you love me too.
Keep the love light glowing.
Keep the love light glowing in your eyes so true. Let
quartet, because that's the way it started. We didn't have, in the Barbershop Harmony Society, we did not have choruses really active until the early 50s. And we didn't have international competition in the choruses until 1953. So before that, it really was strictly a quartet organization. One of those songs.
Well, this is one of those songs that you hear now and then. You don't know just where and you don't know just when. It's one of those songs that are over again, and then it's one of those songs that starts playing again.
Mary had a little lamb.
Her father killed it dead.
She carried it to school with her.
Between two hunks of bread. Well, this is one of those songs that you hear now and then. And you don't know just where and you don't know just when. It's one of those songs that are over again. And then it's one of those songs that's playing again.
Now Mary was a good girl.
For her, life held no terror.
And Mary died a good girl.
No hits, no runs, no error.
Well, this is one of those songs that you hear now and then. You don't know just where and you don't know just when. It's one of those songs that are over again. And then it's one of those songs that starts playing again.
Look, there comes Mary's funeral train.
The wails inside diminish. She died from shrinking shellac, they say.
But she had a beautiful finish.
Is that all?
One of those wonderful songs.
One of the things we'd like to do is honor our veterans. Are there any veterans in the audience? Would you raise your hand? See that? We also have some in the handful. Would you raise your hands? So this next song you've heard played. We don't always hear the words to this song, but it not only has words, it has several verses. And we're very proud to sing this in honor of our country and in honor of all those who have served.
This is my country, land of my birth. This is my country, grandest of earth. I pledge thee my allegiance, America, the oath, for this is my country, to have and to hold. I pledge thee my allegiance, America, the oath, for this is my country, to have and to hold.
I told you that we do a number of church services. Not long ago, we were at a revival. And we were outnumbered considerably by the crowd, but it was a lively service. And the revivalist, what do you call him? Evangelist, I guess that's what he was, as usual, having people come up and testify or present their problems or present anything they wanted to pray about. And the fellow ran up and dropped to his knees and he says, "My hearing." And the evangelist cupped his hands over the guy's ears and he prayed fervently, and so did all of us in the hall. And he finished and he said, "Brother, is that better?" He said, "Well, I don't know." "Well, tell us about your hearing." He says, "Well, it's not till next Thursday." Well, we're growing too. But if you were at a church service, you certainly would hear this. I think it's probably one of the 3 or 4 most beautiful hymns ever. That was arranged by a barbershopper in Chicago named Buzz Hager, who does a lot of wonderful things. With the key change.
Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, help me stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn. Through the storm, through the night, lead me on to the light.
audience. We have Presbyterians and Methodists and Catholics and Episcopalians and Lutherans and a few backsliders. But they work very hard. We meet once a month and they learn their music on their own. And we just put it together at our meeting. So we do appreciate the invitation to come back, and I hope we see you again sometime. We'd like to leave you with a blessing.